Why do I try as hard as I do? This video is very, very personal. Very, very personal. If it gets uploaded, it's gonna make me very uncomfortable. Anyhow, I think this video can provide value, at least to someone out there. And if not, I think it would be kind of cool to kind of document this. So if I reflect back on this video in like 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, whenever it may be, I think it would be kind of cool to kind of document and upload this video. Anyhow, why do I try as hard as I do? There's many, many reasons as to why I do what I do, why I try, why I work on the things that I'm working on. There's a lot of reasons as to why I do what I do. But one of the primary reasons as to why I try as hard as I do is my disability. As I reflect back from my disability, I have not just seen but experienced where my disability can potentially take me. When I say experience, I mean for perspective, is I used to be able to push myself in a manual wheelchair utilizing both my hands. So now, nearly 10 plus years later, I'm in a powerized wheelchair. I'm only able to utilize one hand, and yes, I have seen improvement with my strength from then to now. However, when I look through the lens of my strength in like 1 year to 3 years, I do see improvement. When I look through the lens of like 10 years, 15 years, there's a constant trend in a sense of me decreasing with my strength. And a large majority of our organs, don't quote me on this, but a large majority of our pretty much everything inside us, like our organs, it operates off of muscle. So the reason why I try as hard as I do is because I don't know where I genuinely am going to be at within the next 5 years, within the next 10 years. And the reason why I try as hard as I do is because I want to ultimately put myself, at least try to put myself in a position where if I happen to ever turn into a vegetable, I know that I am going to be okay. I know that I know that I'm going to be okay, and the things that I would like to see happen, I would like to I'm trying to find the right words here. Again, this is very uncomfortable. It's because I don't know where I'm going to end up. I'm gonna just say it here. Eventually, this will go in my book when I write a book. But I just don't know where my disability is going to take me. If my disability happens to take a turn for the worst, if my whatever it may be, I want to know that I have the resources to help me, to help me, to say the least. I want the resources. I need the financial opportunity. The resources, to say the least, to make sure that I'm okay. If there's certain things that I need, I want to be able to have that financial opportunity to be able to make those things happen. So there's no hiccups if it comes to insurance. If there's something that I need, if there's something to need, or if there's maybe a form of an assistance that I need, I want to be able to utilize, or not utilize, but have that opportunity to make my needs happen, in a sense, where it's not a matter of, do I want this? If it's a matter of, Vic, you need this, I want to have that opportunity to do so. Why do I try as hard as I do? I'm working on this YouTube channel. Eventually, my YouTube channel, if I keep up and I stay consistent with it, which I am, I know I'm going to be able to monetize it, which ultimately is going to help bring me some resources to kind of help fund my lifestyle. I know that by me building an audience, I will be able to, it is eventually going to lead into me doing public speaking, keynote speaking. I know that's going to help fund my lifestyle. My website, I know by me creating an audience, I am going to be able to drive traffic to my website, which is to going to be able to fund my lifestyle. I can eventually, within time, when I can develop my communication skills a little bit better and find myself a mentor and a coach to kind of help, whether I pay for their services or have a mentor reach out to me and say, hey, let's build this. I want to help you build a course. That's going to be able to help me fund a lifestyle, but I need an audience to help that happen, right? So, and this is just talking about this. This isn't talking about other things that I aspire and things like that. This is just this of many. Me sharing this is making me very uncomfortable. I'm very private, especially when it comes to things that hasn't happened yet. There's a saying that says, and I'll share it with you. It says, don't share, what is it? It's, don't share what you are doing until it's permanent. For me, I stick with that. It helps keep me focused, and helps keep me aligned with where I'm going. And ultimately, it helps me become humbled within the process. Anyhow, I want to talk about this. This video again is going to be more personalized. Again, it's making me very uncomfortable. Oh, and me eventually, when I write a book, that's going to help fund my lifestyle. There's a lot of things that I think, but there's a lot of things that there's a lot about the future that I want to be prepared for, because I know it is eventually coming, right? Whether it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever, right? Even if I'm 50, I know there's going to come a time I know there's going to be a time where I will thank myself for doing the things that I'm doing today, when I am able to utilize the work that I put in today to help have the opportunity and the resources, which ultimately is going to help me later. I hope I said that right. Anyhow, this video again is going to be much more personalized. It's very uncomfortable for me to talk about. I never talked about this with anyone, literally. So yeah, but I wanted to mention that. I wanted to talk about that. I think it would be something kind of cool to kind of document, reflect back on later. And two, if there's other calculations too that I'll mention before the end of this video, is how I do see a increased trend, right? But something that kind of keeps me, but something that does keep me optimistic is the future of medicine, the way technology is advancing. I am hopeful, like just within, I'm gonna just say 5 years, there was no cure, no treatment for my disability, spinal muscular atrophy type 2. And now within like 5 years, there's already like 4 treatments. There's clinical trials going on, but still that's improvement, right? So I can only imagine like where the future of medicine for my disability is going to be within the next 5-10 years. Like who knows, in 10 years I could literally be walking and running like Forrest Gump, right? Be running everywhere. But that keeps me optimistic as well. But again, I can't, there's a lot of things that I have to factor and calculate too, like I could fall severely ill, which ultimately makes me weaker, and ultimately it can make me decrease a lot faster, right? There's a lot of things that I have to be mindful of, or that I am mindful of, and yeah. So I wanted to make this video. I think it'd be kind of cool to document. Again, it's very personal. It's going to be very uncomfortable for me to talk about and share, and yeah. Anyhow, I love you, I appreciate you, and remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.